What's up, guys? Alex here. So I'm currently not in a regulated sports betting state. So what I'm going to talk a little bit about is offshore sportsbooks and the offshore sportsbook sign-up bonuses, kind of the differences. So I just signed up for MyBookie. I didn't have an account at MyBookie, and I got my crypto reward. I bet some of it, but I still have a little bit more to bet. So we're going to talk about that deposit bonus, and then we're also going to look for some profitable betting opportunities. So it pains my heart a bit because I can't place any of these bets, and it looks like there's a lot of good lines in both MMA betting, UFC betting, Johnny Walker fight. It looks like we are moving heavily towards the under, and there's some value in the unders on BetMGM. 5 times a relatively sharp offshore sportsbook is an ARB to BetMGM. So you know when arbitrage exists, there has to be a profitable betting opportunity, and you can see there's some good value, right? Like, lines are continuing to move towards the Bears in the Chicago Bears versus Detroit Lions game. Like, you can see Detroit Lions plus 3.5. You can get them minus 125 on FanDuel. That's an ARB to 5 times. That's also an ARB to Pinnacle, which has it minus 140. So 2 sharp offshore sportsbooks are giving you, a clear sign. Pinnacle has this minus 140 and Bears minus 3.5. They only have plus 124. That Lions plus 3.5 minus 125 is pretty good. So like if we click on this specific bet and we scroll down, here are the mainline markets. They're highlighted in dark gray on the OddsJam screen, and you can see Lions plus 3.5 is minus 150 on 5 times, minus 133 on BetMGM, minus 135 on DraftKings, minus 125 on FanDuel. And on Pinnacle, it's plus 124, minus 140, right? So the zero vig line from Pinnacle would be plus 124, minus 140. So the fair odds on Lions plus 3.5 would be minus 30.67. If you remove the juice, you remove the vig, it would be minus 130.67. And we're getting minus 125, which is obviously, better than the fair price once you remove the juice. So a lot of action continues to come in on the Lions. Like you can see on Pinnacle, they're all the way down to plus 132. I believe they opened up around plus 180. So they've come all the way crashing down. So money continues to pour in on the Lions in the Bears-Lions game. But anyways, so we're going to talk about offshore sportsbooks, offshore sportsbook betting, what the pros and what the cons are. So what are the pros of offshore betting? I guess one of the main ones is you have different deposit methods. You can deposit in crypto. That's never going to happen on a U.S. regulated sportsbook. That's not going to happen on a regulated sportsbook, period. With offshore sportsbooks, you can deposit in crypto. You can deposit in Bitcoin, a lot of them Ethereum. And you can bet on these sportsbooks in more states, more locations, right? I'm in Florida. Florida doesn't even have regulated sports betting, and I'm going to be able to place a sports bet. And we're going to find a profitable one, of course. So that's pretty cool. Now, what are the downsides? Now, the downsides are the sportsbook promotions are worse. The sign-up promotions are worse. And there's just less good betting opportunities. Like here we can see, just looking at OddsJam, most of the good betting opportunities are going to be on U.S. sportsbooks. Part of the reason for that is there are a lot of them, and the offshore sportsbooks like BetOnline, they tend to be sharper, right? So we have BetOnline right here. So since the offshore sportsbooks tend to be sharper bookmakers, you tend to get less profitable betting opportunities, which makes sense. So I'm not even able to bet on most of these right now, unfortunately, because I am in Florida. So what we're going to do is we'll refresh. We'll try to see if there's any MyBookie opportunities. So if we go to promotions, I'm not sure how to find it. So if we go to bonuses, I think it's under that. You can see they have a 10% cash bonus up to $200. So you deposit $2,000, you get $200 cash, and you can click on it, and it's just a one-time playthrough, right? One-time rollover, you can see right here. Deposit $200, you get a bonus of $20 with a rollover of 1. Right? So it's pretty simple, but the thing is it's a 10% bonus, which isn't that great. Like, you have to deposit $2,000 to get $200, whereas if you look at a regulated sportsbook like BetRivers, they're giving you a deposit bonus where on your first deposit, if you use $250 match, you get $250 for free with one-time rollover, one-time playthrough. Everything is in the fine print. So whenever you're doing a sportsbook sign-up bonus, you want to make sure you read the fine print. But you can see, BetRivers, just like MyBookie, is a one-time playthrough, but it's an 100% deposit bonus, and it's up to $250. Whereas MyBookie is only giving us 10% up to $200. We can get 100% up to $250 on BetRivers. So in other words, on BetRivers, you deposit $250 cash, and then in your account, you have $500. You have your $250 cash and your $250 bonus that has a one-time rollover. So you just have to bet that bonus once to turn it into cash. It's basically a free $250, whereas on MyBookie, I have to deposit $2,000 and bet $2,200 to just get $200 cash. And it's still profitable. We'll still find a way to bet it in a mathematically profitable way, of course, but it's just less good. These opportunities are, less good than kind of the new US sportsbooks, because the US sportsbooks are very set on, gaining market share, giving people bonuses that are attractive and get them to sign up. Sports betting is very new in the United States. It's still only in, 25-30% of the country. So if we look at BetOnline, another offshore sportsbook, you can see that their 50% deposit bonus, it's not even 100% like BetRivers. BetRivers is 100% match. On BetOnline, it's only 50%, and you have a 10-time playthrough. MyBookie, at least, it's only a one-time playthrough. On BetOnline, it's a 10 times playthrough. So the perks of BetOnline, their lines are tighter. They tend to have less vig, less juice than the onshore US sportsbooks. But at the same time, the bonuses are worse. Another perk would be you can bet on BetOnline from more states. You can place bets on BetOnline in Florida. You can't I can't place a bet on DraftKings right now, right? Which stinks, because if we go back here, we can see I want to bet this under 22.5 first half points, minus 130 on DraftKings. It's an arb to Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world. Pinnacle has this minus 153. There's clearly some value in minus 130. Same with this plus 125 over 51.5 points in the Georgia-Arkansas game. I bet the Georgia over last week against Vanderbilt, and Georgia beat the over on its own. Vanderbilt didn't even score any points. They won 62-0, I believe, Georgia, and we crushed the over in that game. I would love to place a bet on this. Pinnacle's only giving you plus 106. The sharpest sportsbook in the world is only giving you plus 106. This is an arb to Pinnacle. So if we go to the positive expected value page, what we can see is this plus 125 to Pinnacle's market, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, you're getting 5.12% edge, right? There's an arbitrage betting opportunity here. One sportsbook has to be wrong. And again, Pinnacle is the sharpest sportsbook in the world, so you back out the fair odds from Pinnacle. So we'll go to a no-vig odds calculator, plus 106, minus 124. Pinnacle's fair market is plus 114 once you remove the juice, once you remove the vig. And we're getting plus 125 on DraftKings, which is clearly, plus 125, which is clearly better than plus 114 and 5.12% mathematical edge to Pinnacle's market once you remove the juice, to the fair odds of the sharpest bookmaker in the world, Pinnacle Sportsbook, right here. So this is a bet I'd want to place. This is a bet I want to place. And of course, I can't bet on them because I'm not in a regulated state right now. I'm not in Pennsylvania, which has DraftKings. I'm not in Virginia, which has DraftKings. So I'm missing out on betting opportunities. But at the same time, I'm thinking about MyBookie, and now I have some deposit bonus I get to bet through. So essentially, we deposited $100 in our account, or we have $100 left, and $10 of that is our bonus. So what we need to do to get our $10 bonus unlocked, because it's just a one-time rollover, is we just need to bet $110. So we'll go to Sportsbook, and we'll place a bet on the NFL. And what we can do is we can go to the Lions-Bears game because we've been talking a lot about it. So we'll go to the Lions game. and we can look on OddsJam. We can go to total points. And what we can see is over under 41.5. Pinnacle has it shaded towards the under. The under is under 41.5 minus 107 odds on Pinnacle. The over is only minus 104. So if we go to the Lions game, we can get under 41.5 minus 110 odds. So that'll be our bet. And then we'll go through the math of, okay, is it good? Is it not good? So we're going to place 110 bucks on it. So we're betting 110 to win 100. And boom, I think we placed it. Bet accepted, right? So I bet 110 bucks on Detroit Lions. For some reason, this D isn't capitalized. Versus VRS, the Chicago Bears, under 41.5 points, minus 110. So I have my bet placed. And what we're going to do is what we've done in other videos. So I have under 41.5 in the Lions game, minus 110 odds. So Pinnacle's market was minus 107, minus 104 on the under. So the under is only slightly favored, like minus 110 clearly doesn't seem like a good price we're getting. BetMGM is giving you minus 105. Betfred's giving you minus 105. Like minus 110 isn't a good price. The only reason we're betting it is because we're getting a deposit bonus and we have to bet through that money. There's still a one-time rollover. So Pinnacle's market was minus 107, under 41.5, minus 104, over 41.5. So if you remove the juice from Pinnacle's market, you see the fair odds once you remove the juice, the midpoint of Pinnacle's market, right? Sportsbooks make money by charging the VIG. So what you want to do is you want to remove the VIG, you want to remove the juice and say, okay, given that this is Pinnacle's market, what is the fair price? What is the price of indifference from the sharpest sportsbook in the world, Pinnacle? And it would be minus 101.39 under 41.5, plus 101.39, over 41.5. So, if we go back to the Lions game, so minus 101, plus 101. Minus 101 was the fair odds, removing the juice from Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, for the under. So if we go to under 41.5, we can see minus 105, it's not good. The fair price is minus 101, minus 105 is worse odds. So these aren't profitable bets. There are no profitable bets that we just want to place on the over under 41.5. And same thing with the over, like the fair price is plus 101. So we wouldn't want to bet, obviously, on Pinnacle. We wouldn't want to bet against the sharpest sportsbook in the world that's arbitrage friendly and lets you bet large amounts of money into it because they're so confident in their markets. So again, just to kind of go through this, minus 107, minus 104. This was the under 41.5. This was the over 41.5. So we see the fair odds are minus 101.39. So we're getting worse odds, right? So this isn't a profitable bet. This isn't something we bet on our own. And our win percentage is 50.35%. So the percentage of time we're winning this bet and the game goes under 41.5, according to Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker, once you remove the VIG from their market. So put in the minus 107, the minus 104 into the no VIG fair odds calculator, it spits out your fair odds and your fair win percentage, right? Every fair odd has an associated fair win percentage. Odds, implied win probability, has an inherent relationship to odds, right? So if you're betting something plus 100, as an example, you have to win 50% of the time to break even. Lose 100, win 100, lose 100, win 100 if your unit size is $100. So according to Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook, we're going to be winning this under 50.35% of the time. And we're going to be losing 1 minus that, right? We're going to be losing 49.65% of the time, which is what we see here. We're staking 110 to win 100, right? We bet this at minus 110 odds. So we have to lay 110 bucks to win 100. So the EV of this bet is 110, 100. So our profit times our win percentage minus the amount we're staking times our loss percentage. So this bet is bad by $4.27. $4.26. This isn't a profitable bet. This is a bet with VIG. right? We are losing money to the sportsbook placing bets like this. But, right, we're getting a 10% bonus with one-time rollover on MyBookie. Again, you want to read the fine print on these sportsbooks, but again, if we go to bonuses, they make it pretty clear. So we'll go to bonuses once it loads. And you can see it's a 10% cash bonus up to $200, one times a rollover. We match 10% of your first deposit in cash. Use this bonus if you want a smaller bonus with a lower rollover and shorter commitment. And that's what we did. So we got 10% of our money back. So we only deposited $100 and we got $110, right? So essentially, of the amount we're staking, we're only staking $100 of our own money. 10 of it is MyBookie's, which turns into cash after we place this bet. We only deposited $100. So the actual expected value of this bet is the 10% we get for free. So we deposited $100, so we get $10 for free. Or on this bet, we have $10 for free out of the $100 left in the deposit bonus. We have $10 for free, from bonus, and then from bet. So we get $10 cash for free from the bonus, and we lose $426.5 in expected value from our bet. So our actual profit is going to simply be, the amount of money we're making from the bonus, which is $10, minus the amount of money we're losing from the bet. So that, right? So essentially we're making roughly, $575 in profit for this bet. So we have an expected profit margin of 5.75% on our $100 deposit. And again, it's not because this bet is profitable. This bet is actually unprofitable. It's because, we're getting 10% cash back up to $200, right? So when we bet $100, we're getting 10% cash back. So we get our first $10 back, right? So we get $10 for free just from placing this bet. So even though this bet is unprofitable or bad by 426, we're still ending up, profitable with a profit of, I'm not sure why they're in different formats, but, we're making roughly $575 from placing this bet. So that's kind of a little bit about onshore sportsbooks, U.S. sportsbooks, regulated sportsbooks like DraftKings, FanDuel's of the world, versus the offshore sportsbooks like MyBookie, BetOnline. And again, if you decide, if you're traveling and you're going out of a regulated state, or if you're currently not in a regulated state, if you're in California, you're betting on sports, you're probably betting on offshore sportsbooks. They have lower VIG, which is a plus. They have lower juice on average than U.S. regulated sportsbooks like DraftKings, but their deposit bonuses like MyBookie 10 or BetOnline 10 times rollover, that is unheard of for U.S. sportsbook sign-up bonuses. Caesars right now is giving away a $5,000 risk-free bet. $5,000 risk-free bet. Like, that's an insane amount of money for a risk-free bet. And on BetOnline, you have a 10 times rollover on a 50% welcome bonus. Like, the bonus offers don't even compare. And then, U.S. sportsbooks, there's a lot more of them. And you can see, like, if I were currently in a state, if I was in Tennessee, if I was in, Pennsylvania, Virginia, like, this is a profitable bet, this is a profitable bet. There's a lot more profitable betting opportunities. Like, I can't bet on DraftKings, and I really want to bet on some of these opportunities like Stanford versus Oregon. Like, here you can see some line discrepancy starting to exist. Under 21.5 in the Chicago Bears versus Lions game, minus 120 odds on DraftKings. Pinnacle has it minus 138. So again, when you're betting in an unregulated state like California, you just have less sportsbooks available to you, so you have less opportunities available to you. Whereas if you're in Virginia and you can bet on a lot of these offshore sportsbooks, and you can bet on the U.S. regulated sportsbooks like DraftKings, like BetMGM, like WynnBET, you are going to have a lot more betting opportunities available to you because you have a lot more sportsbooks available to you. So I hope you found this video helpful, talking a little bit about offshore sportsbooks, MyBookie, sign-up bonuses, BetOnline sign-up bonus. And if you have any questions about what sportsbooks you should get, you can reach out to us at contact@oddsjam.com. We'll be happy to tell you the sportsbooks in your location, the best sign-up bonuses, stuff like that. And thanks so much for your time. See ya.